Hey, what's up? It's Chris here again, back with another review. This is my review for Flash, episode 3, Things You Can't Outrun. Um, yeah, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Alright, let's get into the episode. Like I said, my previous videos and reviews for the show, I think the show is killing it. This episode was good as well. I enjoyed it. Alright, the villain for this episode was The Mist, which I think he was originally a Starman villain, but they like changed their origin and stuff for the show, which I don't really mind because I don't really read Starman. I just know that. But okay, it was a good episode. Like he can turn into a poison mist and then like poison people, which is what he was doing. I liked his little story that he was a criminal. I think he was a hitman. He got caught. They put him on death row. They executed him in the gas chambers, but it didn't kill him. Now he's going around and he's killing like the judge, the lawyer, and then like the cop who arrested him. Of course, with the cop was Detective West, which Barry ends up having to save him. And it was cool to see Barry have to actually fight something that he couldn't physically hit, and like just running fast wasn't gonna kind of solve it. Even though at the end they kind of did because he ran fast to. Wait, Mom, you can watch the episode. Also, I like the fact that they turned the particle accelerator into. They turned it into like a giant prison that pretty much holds all the metahumans that the Flash fights and beats and encounters. I thought that was a great idea, which I think that's something that needs to be watched because you already know freaking Dr. Wells is evil. And him having all of them access to all those villains, in my opinion, is going to come into play at some point in the series, like in the season. Speaking of him, you find out that he pretty much staged the whole accident to get Barry to become the Flash, which I kind of expected that. Or at least that's what I got from it. Like, I'm assuming, like I said in my other videos, he's one of the reverse Flashes or Dr. Zoom. Oh, another little theory I got, which I got from a sentence he's like for something a statement he made when he pretty much said he's been waiting for centuries for this. When they set the particle accelerator off, like he could be Vandal Savage. It's not likely, but just a theory. He might be Vandal Savage. I think that would be a cool twist. They also introduced Ronnie Raymond in flashbacks, who turns out who's going to be Firestorm. He's Caitlin's fiance, which I thought was cool. The flashbacks of that. I also like the fact that Detective West is heavily looking in Barry's father's case now, the death of his mother, try to get him out. And I like the scene when he goes to talk to him, like to speak to him, like face to face, like, yeah, I haven't been to see you or whatever. That's because I pretty much, because he thought he was guilty, he pretty much tells him, like, now I know you're not guilty. I'm going to help you get out. Then I also think they were kind of doing this foreshadowing kind of thing because you see at one point when Barry's talking to Detective West, he pretty much, after he couldn't save that guy from dying, he pretty much tells him, like, you can't save everybody no matter what you do, no matter how fast you are, you can't save everybody. And then, like, I think that's like, and then his father tells him the story about like when he first started to walk, he got up and ran to his mother. I think that's kind of a foreshadowing for what's gonna happen when, because in the first episode you see the scene when Barry's younger and like the lightning is running around his mother. You see a yellow streak and you also see a red streak. I think that's gonna come into play. Like Barry's gonna have to accept that he can't save his mother. I think they're kind of hinting at that. And then also he's like still exploring his powers. Like I said, the show is doing a really good job. What else is there? You also had Iris, I think that's her name. Tell her father she was dating the detective. Well, he pretty much knew it already. I don't I don't really, their storyline to me is it's boring. I don't really care. Barry wants to be with her. Also, like she's doing like kind of what she does in the comics. Like she's getting into journalism because in the comics, her character is obsessed with the Flash, and she's a reporter. You can kind of see her going into that. That's like the only interesting aspect to her character that I like. But yeah, like the episode's good. You should definitely check it out. If I had to rate it, I would give it about an 8. I thought it was a really good episode. And I'm also definitely looking forward to next week's episode, which Felicity is gonna be on it, and it's gonna be Captain Cole. And also last week I didn't do a video review for Arrow. I missed the episode, but only thing significant to me that really happened is you found out that who they thought killed Sarah didn't, and they're still looking for him. But I'm definitely gonna do a review for that this week because it's gonna be Michael Merlin and Thea, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. I could have that up by like probably about tomorrow or Friday. But yeah, check out my previous reviews. Also check out my videos where I gave you an update on the news that Marvel and DC came out with last week. Check those out and give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Alright, thanks.